Welcome to the Derm Vet podcast, where pet skin is always in. I'm Dr. Ashley Bourgeois, board-certified veterinary dermatologist, skin nerd, and your go-to guide for everything itchy, smelly, and inflamed. I'm here to take the itch out of your day and make derm more fun than frustrating. Grab your microscope and let's focus in. Happy Thanksgiving if you are celebrating in the United States, because I know that's when this episode of the podcast will release. And even if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, happy 300th episode of the Derm Vet podcast. I didn't even realize it was a 300th episode. And then when I went to go plan this particular conversation, I saw, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're at 300. It blows my mind that this is still going and that you guys are still actively listening to it. So happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, I am still thankful for you, because there's no way that we would have hit 300 episodes without your support, reaching out, encouraging me to keep going. So for this week's episode of the Derm Vet podcast, I'm going to go over some of the things I am thankful for. Keep a nice, short, and sweet one, because I know for those of you in the U.S., you are eating turkey and mashed potatoes. Personally, mashed potatoes and stuffing, I could just have that for Thanksgiving and be happy. But whatever you're eating, celebrating, loving, spending time with loved ones, I am just thankful for you. But let me just go over some of the things I am thankful for, especially in 2025 as a veterinary dermatologist. Number one, just doing a couple clinical things, and then, we'll break into the sappy stuff. Number one, new products, and especially this year in the U.S., and I know some other countries, but also I understand that this really depends on where you practice. We saw new ear products. So here in the U.S., we have Duodic, which is a product that just has terbinafine and betamethasone in it. So just a steroid, just a antifungal, so that we can treat yeast otitis with a commercial product that does not have an antibiotic in it, as we're always trying to enhance our stewardship. You've heard me talk about this on Instagram and on the podcast, but it's been a wonderful addition for me in my clinical practice. I could administer it. A week later, they come back, administer it. And then we have a total of 45 days from day one that we have coverage of yeast otitis. This has been especially really helpful for a lot of my patients that the owners struggle to actually give medications to. And then the other product, ear product, again, that really depends on where you practice, but in the United States that released this year for us is Mometamax Single. So having, again, another leave-in product that's good for a month, that has a combination of steroid, antibiotic being gentamicin, and then antifungal being posaconazole, and then the steroid being mometasone. So again, another option that we can treat, especially if you have tricky like Pseudomonas otitis cases, as it does have a labeling for that. So I'm always really thankful for new products that have come out. The other big one that comes to mind that I just learned more about through a Lunch and Learn, we get those too, because we always have to educate ourselves. Haven't used yet, except for we did give it recently to one of our technician's dogs, and I'll be giving it to my dog, is Brevecto Quantum, which I know in certain countries like Australia have had it for a bit. But just again, making things like isoxazoline flea prevention convenient, easy to use. I love all the isoxazolines, but the reality is there's definitely a clientele that needs convenience and ease in order for them to be compliant, because we all have busy lives. So I'm always thankful for new products coming out. I know there's going to be even more products coming out. I know in Europe, you guys already have Numelvi. We don't have that yet, which is another JAK stat inhibitor. In the US, we don't have that yet, but I'm always looking forward to new products coming out, that we have companies that are pushing our research and development forward, and countries that are, giving us options, because we do manage chronic diseases that are quite difficult and have a lot of complications like infections. Another thing I'm more thankful for is just my own experience this year. I never want to be stagnant as a dermatologist and as a specialist. And I have just been able to get more experience, with things like these new products we just talked about, or obviously the big one that comes to mind this year is Zenrelia. It came out last year in the United States, but this is the year I've really been able to use it, see what cases it works for, have tremendous success with it. Of course, every case is different in what they respond to. I've even used it on a couple off-label cases for autoimmune diseases and seen pretty decent response to it. So I just love getting my own experience. I'm getting more skilled at things like CO2 laser as I do more mass removals with what we have. I just always find it exciting to push myself forward and just get more confident, not only so I can help more patients, but so that I can help you guys as well. Okay, now let's get into some sappy stuff because come on, it's Thanksgiving for us here in the States. I am, of course, thankful for my family. And I know that sounds corny, but as you all know, I have a husband and 2 young kids, currently at the time of this recording, 6 and 8 years old. And then I have my own fur baby, who is an almost 6-year-old allergic pit boxer mix. And I can't do any of this stuff without their support, especially my husband taking care of our kids when I travel to teach. And, our extended family too, who always support me and help out with our kids when they can, and just understand the goals and dreams I have. I don't give enough recognition to the people behind the scenes taking care of things at home. My work family. So, of course, my clinic family, my amazing technicians, assistants, CSRs, the other dermatologists I work with. They, again, are very supportive of my dreams of teaching. They put up with me taking lots of pictures and videos. And there's just no way all of this could happen without them doing that. And it's been years and years now of them really understanding what I love to do, that I love being in the clinic, but I have obviously these other goals of teaching you guys with those cases. So my work family, the family behind the Derm Vet, like my editor, Harrison, who helps me, my manager, Ashley. So again, just the people that give opportunities and give me freedom so that I can focus on the stuff I'm good at, which is derm, because I am not good at a lot of the other stuff, the technology stuff, all of that. I'm not good at, you guys. Fooling you, but really it's them that let me do what I love, and that is teach, get content in the clinic, and help pets and help you guys understand better. I am always excited for new research in the field. So I'm thankful for new research in our field. I know that's how we get new products, but we're just learning so much through the research that are done by amazing scientists and veterinarians and dermatologists out there who really look into things like microbiome, right? And what's moving forward with that, gut microbiome, how is it tied into skin microbiome? So those who do research, they're the ones that push things forward. So inevitably we can have more options in the clinic and that we can better ourselves. I think about when I started doing derm in 2011, 14 years ago, and all the products and research and how we handle cases, that all comes from research in the field, through companies, through universities. So I'm always thankful for those who put in the time, effort, because I am not. I help with some clinical research, but research is not particularly my passion. My passion is teaching you guys and seeing patients. But I can't have that stuff without people who are really wonderful at research and are dedicated to it. And then the 2 last ones, again, going more sappy. So I am very thankful for my patients and owners, my clients. Again, I love what I do. I love being in the clinic. I love developing that relationship with them. I know some of my clients even follow the podcast and social media, but without the ability of their trust in me, especially when we do get these cases that are really frustrating, we have ones we struggle with too, that they hang in there with us. They make this fun, even when it is frustrating, right? I say more fun than frustrating, but that doesn't mean frustrating goes away. So I'm just extremely grateful and thankful that we have such wonderful clients and dedicated pet owners. And then, of course, the patients that even though we're a scary place to be and we do our best to make it comfortable and deal with cooperative care, that, of course, these patients who we dedicated our lives to help, I am always thankful for them, the ones who love seeing me in the clinic, and even the ones who don't love seeing me in the clinic, and even the ones that have to be sedated to see me in the clinic. I am still forever grateful. And even after doing this now for a long time, it still just gets me so excited when I see those wonderful after pictures when I get the before pictures. I always tell owners when we have really significant lesions, like, I'm hoping this is a great before shot and we'll get to your after glamour shot. But that is not without the dedication, financially, time, trust from the owner in that pet, allowing those things to happen. And then finally, the last thing I'm thankful for on this Thanksgiving is all of you that listen to the podcast, that watch the YouTube, that support it. Again, this can't happen if nobody's taking in the content. And it certainly wouldn't be going on for, 6+ years at this point. So I am just forever grateful for those of you who, find me at conferences and tell me, you listen to the podcast when you're walking the dog, when you're doing dishes. I've heard when you're in the shower, when you're on your commute to work. Again, that is never lost on me. Every time I hear it, it just fuels me because I am a busy clinician and a busy mom of 2 young kids and a busy wife. And I sometimes struggle to get these things done. So it really fuels me to keep going when I hear it makes a difference, and that by helping you, I get to indirectly help more pets. And after just coming back from Thailand earlier this week, where I had a wonderful group of students who spent time with me and my friend Julia all last week. I mean, they did 5 days of, full day derm just with us two, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., full 5 days of dermatology. And they were just so excited in little sponges. And again, that always fuels us who are teachers, who are lecturers. And we only do it because we love it and because you guys, really encourage us to keep going. So yes, I know, a little bit of a sappy thing, probably nothing that's going to be changing how you practice derm this week. But I do think it's so important in our crazy world right now, right? Our world is nuts, just to focus on what we are thankful for. And I just want you all to know, yes, the research, my clients, my patients, my family, those who help me are all within that category, but so are you as a listener of this podcast. So I can't wait to finish this year out strong with some really good content. And, we're not far from 2026 to see what it brings. But on this day, I just want you to know I am very grateful for your time in learning how to be better dermatologists in your clinic.